Hey guys, welcome back to another lesson. In this lesson, I'm going to go through with you the different types of Instagram accounts. Now, the reason that this is really important is if you don't have a clear structure and a clear strategy on the kind of Instagram account that you produce, your account's going to look very, very confused, and people are not going to know what they're going to get from you. And you're not going to get as many followers, you're not going to get as much growth and all these other things. So the reason that this lesson is really important and why you need to follow what I'm about to share with you is I want you to choose a pathway. Now, I'm going to go through each of the different types of accounts in a second, and then I'll go through with you what do you do if you want to change up the pathway or whatnot. So the first kind of account I want to show you is a branded account. So this is like a company brand, like Founder as an example here. It's very, very obvious. So, I think we could do a better job of this to show that we're actually a magazine and not just post as many quotes, and probably post more photos of the magazine or the content that we put out, or our books or a podcast or things like that. But first and foremost, Founder, branded company account. Here's another example, Healthish, very, very obvious. It's a product, e-commerce based business, company branded account. Here's another example, like a well-known brand, Daniel Wellington. Very, very obvious, it's a product. This is what the Instagram page is about. The second type is a personal brand. So here's an example, like one of our other course instructors, Greta Van Riel. You can see very, very obviously that her, account is about her and her lifestyle. She gives a little bit of entrepreneurial advice, but it's more kind of her life and behind the scenes and what's happening and all those sorts of things. Another example would be perhaps Gary Vee. Many founders, entrepreneurs, you guys are probably going to know Gary, right? He puts out a lot of content around entrepreneurship, hustle, motivation, and around how he's building his agency, Vanya Media. Another example of a personal brand account is John Laguerre. He's got the T-Mobile pink, so it's kind of more around T-Mobile, but fundamentally, this is, him as a person, his personal brand. So I think it's pretty obvious that he's got a personal brand account. Now, the third one is what I call a fan page. So here's an example of an account that we haven't found that we own called Mentor, which we actually haven't started building up yet, but this is like a meme page, kind of like fan page that we're going to, build up a big following around entrepreneurship, and we'll be able to actually drive traffic around Founder articles, blogs, podcasts, interviews, online courses. Any of our content or products we could actually seed through this particular account. Another example is Greta, one of our instructors. She had an account called Detox Water. So this has almost 1 million followers. And from this particular account, she was able to drive a lot of traffic and sales, and still does, to her company called Drop Bottle. So you can see here, she's kind of seeding, a recipe using the Drop Bottle product. So what you can do is use a fan page as a way to build up your audience, and I'm going to talk to you more about that in future lessons, but it's a different kind of account. A fan page is not focused on a person, and it's not focused on a company's product. It's actually focused on a particular niche topic. So this one, for example, is detox water. So you can see they post photos around all sorts of things on water. When in the early days, when Emily, my partner, launched Healthish, she actually, like Greta, just being a nice person that she was, actually did a post around the Healthish water bottle on this particular fan page. and it generated like at least $1,000 in sales. So you can start to, the reason I'm saying this is because it can start to seed some examples and some ideas around how a fan page can be really, really powerful. But the thing with a fan page is, you know, people will more likely follow it because it's harder to get people to follow a personal brand page or a business brand page. So it's like a lot less kind of, you know, you're not going to be sold to, you're not going to be getting content from a business. So you're more likely to follow a niche or an interest-based page, but the relationship that you have with that page will not be nowhere near as strong as a personal brand page, which will have the strongest relationship with their audience because it's a person, or a company brand page, which will be even stronger than a niche page. So those are the different kinds of Instagram accounts, and it's very, very important that you're extremely strategic on the kind of Instagram page you're going to create, or the different kinds of pages that you're going to create. So the action item for this lesson is make sure you work out what kind of page you're going to build. Is it a fan page? Is it a branded page, or is it a personal brand page? Or maybe you can have a couple, right? You may be going to focus on a couple, but my recommendation, follow the Instagram domination framework for one page. Then once you've worked all that out, you've got the formula down pat, then you can start a new account, and it can be a personal brand or a fan page or a business page, totally up to you. All right, guys, I'll see you in the next lesson.